George is the host of one of the Ramsey Network's productions called a podcast called Fine Print, and one of the very first episodes in the first season of Fine Print, George pretty much exposed TurboTax as lying when they said that they were letting you file your taxes for free. George, it appears you have stirred up a problem here.
I was a fortune teller. A prophet.
No, I think you stirred up something. I think someone at the Federal Trade Commission was listening to you.
That's right. The Federal Trade Commission clearly is a big fan of the fine print, and here's proof. Here's a headline. The FTC sues TurboTax to stop misleading ads for free tax prep software. Wow.
The Federal Trade Commission said Tuesday that Intuit's ubiquitous advertising claiming its TurboTax prep software is free to use is misleading. Kind of what George said. And has asked a federal court to order Intuit to stop disseminating the deceptive claim that consumers can file their taxes for free using TurboTax. According to the commission, the ads, some of which have consisted almost entirely of the word free, spoken repeatedly, mislead people into believing they can file their taxes for free with TurboTax. In fact, most tax filers can't use the company's free service because it's not available to millions of taxpayers, such as those who get a 1099 for work in the gig economy or who earn farm income. The agency said in a press release, the FTC said in 2020, approximately two-thirds of tax filers could not use TurboTax's free product. Thus, it's not free. I added that last part. Yeah, how this works, right?
Yep. And, back when we did this fine print episode, this was back in March 2021, and we sat down, me and you, Dave, and we went through their Investor Day report. And it was their entire strategy about how they're going to turn their billion-dollar company into a bajillion-dollar company by becoming one of the biggest lenders out there. They're trying to sell you on debt. And so they lure you in with this promise of free. They end up charging you because you needed one extra form, and all of a sudden you're 3 hours in, and they go, well, that'll be $60 that you thought was free. And then later down the road, they use all of your data points to then sell you debt through all of their partners and providers down the line. So all in all, not a great company.
Turns out Intuit's TurboTax is, even when it's free, is basically a lead magnet for debt products. They're gathering your data to sell you debt, and that's what they're doing. They're using it to collect that.
Yeah.
In other words, you're being manipulated in addition to being misled.
You are the product. That's what it comes down to. So if you needed more ammo here, you can go listen to the whole fine print episode. It's a short one. It's about 20 minutes long or so. And me and Dave, we unpacked their strategy. We talked to some experts. We hear some stories about people who used TurboTax and got screwed. And the episode's called How TurboTax is Screwing You. So I feel like that was pretty apt.
I think you, I really do think somebody at the FTC was listening to you.
I hope they're fans. I don't want anything with the the acronym coming after us. The IRS, the FTC. These are scary people. I don't want them on my bad side.
The DEA.
The DEA. Why are they all three letters? Where is this coming from? The FBI.
The ATF.
Oh,
we don't
man.
need any of these people bothering us.
Keep going. Yes. Run.
Three-letter CIA. We don't want the CIA.
No, it keeps going. Wow.
Three-letter federal acronyms. Not good.
No. And, yeah, TurboTax has been hammered the last few years. ProPublica did a huge piece on them about misleading this. Even, Hassan Minhaj, Patriot Act, did a whole episode about how TurboTax is hurting people through this exact thing. So I'm glad someone's finally going after them.
More importantly, George Camel did it on the fine print.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
That's the one America remembers.
Intuit said in a statement that it will vigorously challenge the FTC's complaint, claiming arguments are not credible.
I think millions of Americans would disagree with that.
I think it's easy to say they're credible.